We've seen a pretty volatile time in the last couple of sessions. The US equity market's technically in correction territory. As of last night, they've climbed out. But I think there's an awful lot of issues for people to think about, not just China. You've got oil below $40 now. A couple of weeks ago, oil couldn't have gone below 50. You've got European markets still fairly sluggish. Other emerging markets, Brazil, etc., Russia, still struggling.
What I think the key point is here is the US economy's late cycle, which means maybe there's another year or two in terms of growth. So that wouldn't drive a bear market immediately. But what we see is as you get into that phase, you get a tightening of global financial conditions in some measures. And one of the ways that you can see that is in the high-yield corporate bond market, which has been widening quite meaningfully, really, since the lows last year. Now, of course, everyone says a lot of it's down to oil, which, of course, it is. But looking above that rather than into the detail, I still think that's an important point, an important indication that a little bit of stress is rising.
China is now actually going to set the weather as far as equity markets are concerned, because it actually is the second biggest market in the world when you throw everything in. It's much, much bigger than Europe. And increasingly people will not want to know how Wall Street is going to open, but how Shanghai closed when they wake up in Europe.
What they do is they sell dollar CNY in the market. That then depletes their foreign exchange reserves, reduces their exposure to the dollar. But in the current market, they don't want to be, or don't want to have a lower exposure to the dollar. So they then buy the dollar back in the secondary market, not against the CNY, but against the euro. So from that perspective, the secondary impact here is to sell euro dollar. Traditionally, the Fed places less emphasis on markets than we would. It's much more about the economic data for them. Having said that, there's no way they're going to start a lift-off when we've got turmoil in markets that we've seen in the past few weeks.